All right, we're going to be doing the Adding Waves 2023. This is the final project for computer game design here at Alvarez High. I'd like you to please run the demo, okay? I want you to try to play it and clear a wave, okay? When the game starts, you're going to see a wave animation plays right there. And due to my lack of success, I'm not going to sit here and try to do this and play through the waves. But I want you, to play it and play it, see the different wave images come up. It'll play to a win. I believe all the issues that we had are all corrected. Now, when the game comes out to start off with, it's got all my placeholder graphics and such. So please, first things first, open up your adding explosion graphics and go get your resources. So I'm going to go get my audio, my explosion graphics, my colors, man, all the way down to my life images. Let me see. Can I grab all that at once? Where did I put that explosion stuff? Or rather, yeah, wave stuff. Yep, it's after the life images. Awesome. So I should be able to just paste this all over, right down to my lives. And the game's going to look an awful lot like my game now. And granted, there's no wave graphics yet. But we're going to add that. And so here we have our waves related variables, and there's a pile of them. You're going to need a pile of variables in order to have waves. And so first one is going to be called, with capitals, all caps, waves. We're going to initialize this at 3. And this is how many waves in the game. And I wanted that to be a comment, so I guess I probably should have put that right there. Do I want you to type the comments while you're doing this? Absolutely. Every one of you, when I run your programs to check your final and give you your final grade, if you don't do your comments, the best grade I'll give you will probably be a D+. So make sure you type all your comments. All right. The second variable is going to be lowercase wave. Now that's singular, and we're going to initialize that at 1. And this is because this is the it's our starting and our current wave. It's where we're at. Wave equals 1. The wave animation is going to be controlled by its own timer. And so that's going to give us a variable called wave delay. And our wave delay is going to be set to 10. Wave delay is set to 10. And like I said, this is for the wave timer. In particular, the name of the function, and we'll get to it here in a little bit, is the play wave number timer. That would be its formal name, because that's the function that we're going to be. And let's see, number. It's called spelling. All right. To force us to make sure that our graphics are the way we want them to be, and you've already been directed to make them 300 by 200, but this will force the image to be 300. And we're going to have a wave image height, which is also going to be equal to 300. And our wave image, it starts small and it grows big. And so we're going to need a variable called wave image start size. And that's going to equal 0.1. Basically, pretty tiny. And we're going to have wave image current size. And that's going to be initialized as our wave image start size. And then we're going to have a wave image finish size. which we're going to set to 1.0. And I forgot a keyword right here. Hopefully you didn't. It's supposed to be a var right there. And then we're going to have a variable called current wave image, which we're going to leave uninitialized. And lastly, nope, I don't, but here you go. And remember, Xavier, we're on a hot mic right here, so everything we say is getting recorded. Uh-huh. So current wave 1 image, which is going to be equal to a new and then we're going to need 2 more wave images because there's going to be 3 wave images because we're going to have 3 waves. So I'm going to recycle that and change the name to wave 2 image and wave 3 image. So we got our wave image numbers, or our graphics. Now, at the moment, I'm not going to put any image in there. When the time comes, I'll go grab some images and I'll put them in. I'm anticipating I'm going to have to record this over the span of 2 different classes because it's just a lot of code that's involved in making this work. So let me double check here. Wave height. It's supposed to be 200. Wow. Wave height 200. Yep. Wave image start size. Finish size. Yep. And the 3 wave images. All right, good. Now, we're going to be rearranging the deck chairs of the Titanic. At the moment, we've got stuff happening when we press the G key, and this is where it's all going to start. You know, our game is still going to start just like this. It's still going to start just like that. But then when we press that G key, it's going to start the animation. Since it's going to be an animation that's going to start, there's going to be some things we're going to need to handle right there. We're going to move somewhere else. So for now, here's where our G key is. There we go. So when they press the G key, we actually do not want to set game active to true. We're actually going to take this bit of code right here, setting game active to true, and we're going to cut it from right there. Cut it. Yeah. And we're going to move it down here into play wave number. And let me tab that over. And it's not actually in the exact spot we're going to want it in for the moment, but that's where that code's going to end up. We're going to be taking it out of the G key. It's no longer going to be a job that the G key handles. And then we are going to still make sure that the player's dy equals 0. That's going to become the new first thing we do. We're going to remove the start screen. That's another thing we're going to do. But the background music is also, that's not going to start just yet. That's going to start after the wave number animation plays. So I'm also going to cut that from there. We're going to bring it down here and inside of play wave number, after we set game active to true, we're also going to paste that right there and just leave it paste right at the level that it's at because that's where we're going to want it at, that deep. When we build an if statement around this, and we are going to build an if statement around this, we're going to want that code indented just like that. Move that closing curly brace down a little bit. All right. Now, to help me with my movement here, I don't need to think about N. For the moment, I don't need to think about Y, though I am going to have to think about it later when it's time to player wants to play again. If they're going to press the Y key, we're going to have to reset the number of waves. So I will have to come back to that eventually. And then the last thing the G key is going to now do is, let me pull this over here. I'm leaving. This is the one comment I left in here. It's the one comment you don't got to type. So Mr. Booth is merciful. There's a big 3-line comment. Play the wave number animation. Start the play wave number timer. This timer runs until the wave number image has reached its maximum size. Then it stops and sets game active to true. So I'm going to copy that right there, and I'm going to do a set timer, and it's going to be the play wave number using the wave delay for the delay. And there's our new and improved G key code. And now we're going to come down here to the play wave number function, and we're going to start adding the code to it. And so let's see, at this point, I believe my code should still execute and everything should still work. Let's see, press run, press the G key. Yep, everything still works. And that's because at the moment, even I'm pressing the G key and I'm calling that play wave number. There's an issue, and we'll deal with that too here, because yeah. All right. Don't worry, it'll get taken care of. All right. So in the play wave number, starting right there, one indentation in, we're going to remove previous image if it exists. And so that's going to be an if. And if the current wave image is not equal to null, that would mean, if it exists, we're going to remove the current wave image. That'll get it off the screen if it's there. Then we're going to handle placing the wave number graphic on screen. Set the correct wave number. That's a better comment for what I'm doing there. For wave 1, if wave equals 1, that means we're on the first wave. If wave equals 1, we're on the first wave. We're going to set our current wave image to wave 1 image. Now I'm going to recycle this. And I meant to type else. Else, if the wave is equal to 2, we want to set our current wave image to wave 2 image. And then I'm going to go from the comment to the curly brace, and paste, and we're going to handle wave 3. And if our wave is equal to 3, we're going to use the wave 3 image. That basically will be setting, the correct image that we want to use for the wave that we're currently on. And now we get to the if statement that's going to be interacting with the game active and the background music stuff. Nope, we don't get to that, not just yet. I lied. We're going to set the size and place the wave number image on screen. All right, and so that will be current wave image dot set size, and we're going to set the size to the wave image width multiplied by the wave image current size and we're going to have the wave image height also multiplied by the wave image current size. That's such a big line of code, it doesn't even fit on my screen. How far back do I got to go to make it fit on the screen? About right there. I probably can push it a little bit. Since this is on YouTube, I guess that's okay. But that way we could see that whole line of code right there. And then at the end of that line, put a couple of new lines right here. And we're going to have the current wave image dot set position. And the position we're going to set it to is the middle width minus the current wave image dot get width. Don't forget the parentheses, divided by 2. And this line of code is going off the screen. And because of that, I'm going to tab out here and put it on a second line. And it's going to be middle height minus current wave image dot get height. Again, don't forget the parentheses, divided by 2, and then a closing parenthesis for that set position and its terminator. And that's going to position the current wave image, and then if we want it to show up on the screen, we're going to have to add it to the screen. Now, I think at this point, it's just going to be a nice little point. If I run this and I press my G key, it's there somewhere, but it's just a tiny point. It's when it first starts off, and it's only 0.1, so it's really tiny. But with this next line of code, we're going to increase the size multiplier. And with the increase the size multiplier, that's going to be the wave image current size plus equals 0.01. So what that's going to do is it's going to add 1/100th to the wave image's current size. And let's see what happens. Ooh, nothing. Not only that, I've broken my code. So I've got to fix something here before I can do this, because there is an if statement that's going to be involved in this all. In order to get things going. So this is where we get to where we're going to start to build something around the setting game active to true. So here, are we at the end? If so, start the game. So if our wave image current size is greater than or equal to our wave image finish size, then, and we got an opening curly brace right there, and down here at the very end of it all, I want a closing curly brace. So that game active code and that background music code, that all goes inside of this if statement. You should be able to collapse that like that. And there's a bunch of other things we need to do to clean the place up. So after setting the background music to looping, we also want to remove that last wave number image. And that's going to be a remove. Current wave image. We're also going to need to set the current wave image to null. And we're also going to need to tell the play wave number timer to stop. So I want to tell that timer to stop. And lastly, if we're not on the last wave, it doesn't really matter. We want to make sure we reset our wave image current size back to its starting size. So that's going to be wave image current size. It's going to get set back to the wave image start size. Question there, Christo? Yeah. You bet. Thank you for the use of American Sign Language. Although usually it's like this, Christo. Because you need... Excellent. Now, a moment ago, I tried to run this and I thought something would happen, and it didn't happen. And again, I might get disappointed here in a moment. Yeah, Giancarlo?
Sorry, wait, are we supposed to be following on or making the wave?
Oh, it's not unlocked yet. You're not even being allowed to do this because I'm moving at such a speed you couldn't possibly keep up with me.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I'm moving at Mach 1. Okay, but what I'm hoping here now is this first wave animation. I'm expecting it to work. I'm going to be disappointed though, I think. But let me see here. I'm going to press my G key, and yeah, I get nothing. I got to pause. Oh, but why am I getting nothing? Can anybody tell me why I'm getting nothing? You got to think way back to the start. If you were paying attention while I was setting things up, why am I getting nothing? And let me just copy that real quick. And I'm going to answer my own question as to why am I getting nothing? I've got no link right there. So the fun thing I wanted to see happen, which was when I had it unrestrained, I wanted to see that wave image expand. Now these are all wave 1 graphics, so that's okay. It's just going to get the functionality. I'll see if and there it is. My wave graphic came in just like I wanted it to. And that first part works. Now, if I do clear a wave, and here's where I got to actually play the game and, not die and all that fun stuff. And I can't believe I haven't died yet. When I clear a wave, there's going to be a problem. I think. We'll see what happens. Well, I should be able to just ram him. I've got lives left. There we go. Hey, it says I'm a winner. So my code works. The wave image played like it was supposed to, but now there's going to be a second part to all this, and that's where we have to figure out when a wave ends. And so that's the first part of the code, and I think this is a good spot for me to stop this first video because it's gone on long enough. And so that's the first stage of adding waves. We'll have a second stage here. Maybe I'll do that in fourth block.